Hey, shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome back. Thank you again for joining me today. Today, I want to talk about end time prophecies. Just want to read from the scriptures here. And if you have a Bible, please get it out and follow along with me, or just remember this chapter and this book of the Old Testament and look at it at your own convenience. Well, turn with me to Daniel. Daniel, I'm going to read chapter 12. This is the last chapter in the book of Daniel, and he talks about it's a prophecy for the end time. And it says here, starting with verse 1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And also you could look up Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7, and book of Revelations chapter 12, verse 9. This is talks about that too. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. But thou, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And if you go to the book of Amos, chapter 8, verse 12, he discusses that a little bit too. But knowledge will be increased. Then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, there stood other two, the one on this side of the bank of the river, and the other on the other side of the bank of the river. And one said to the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, how long shall it be to the end of these wonders? And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, and he held up his right hand and his left hand unto heaven, and swore by him that liveth forever, that it shall be for a time, times, and half times. And when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished. And I heard, but I understood not. Then said, O my sovereign, what shall the end of these things? And he said, Go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed and sealed up until the time of the end. And that's in the end, as you look at Revelation chapter 5, verse 1. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And that's also referred to in Malachi chapter 1, verses 1 through 3, and book of Revelations again, chapter 22, verse 11. Check those verses out. And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days. And you can look that up also back in Daniel chapter 11, verse 31. Matthew 24, verse 15, all of that prophecy, and 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4. See what Paul has to say about it. Blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,300 and live and 30 days. But go thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of the days. So Daniel didn't even know what the prophecy was. He was eager to know. He recorded it. He wrote stuff down, but it wasn't in his duty, or it wasn't up to him. He just wrote the stuff down. He inquired on it. They said, "Don't worry about it. This is going to seal up the book for the end times. The end times, when they come, people are going to understand it, and Yahweh is going to reveal it. And he's revealing stuff right now, because we are living in the end times, the very end times. And right down here it says, this is about footnotes. I'm going to read some footnotes to you. Many shall run to and fro. A possible result of the translator's oversight, the Hebrew could also be rendered, many shall apostatize, or to turn aside to lies. The difference comes with spelling the Hebrew word as either was it shut or suit. If the dot is on the top left of the Hebrew letter seen, the pronunciation is sut, and the word means to apostatize. Some scholars and the Septuagint also render knowledge death as calamities or wickedness, wrath, because the translators misreading the very similar Hebrew letters D and R, not infrequently mistaken. So that's just what the footnote here says. I just figured I'll just read them to you. And another one here, it says, till the time of the end. This was not referring to Daniel's time, but to the end of this age, which is Yeshua's second coming. You can find that 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 13. 1,290 days. Revelations 11, verse 3 states that the two witnesses will prophesy 1,260 days, symbolizing the 3.5 years of great tribulation. The passage mentions an additional 30 days, verses 12 mentions another 45 days, a total of 1335 days. It's speculated that the additional 75 days from the 1,260 days might represent the wedding supper of the Lamb, or a time of initiation for the saints. Like I said, that's what footnotes here says here, and that's something just to consider. But I just figured it's very important to talk about the end of the age, the second coming of Yeshua, the Advent, the hope. That's what we call it, the Advent hope. It's coming, and it's near, but it's distant, but it's near. And if you think about it, there's two ways you could think about it time-wise: empirical time and existential time. And empirical time is kind of like if you love, just say if you have a good day and you love doing something, like just say at a job you're doing something, you love it. Notice how time flies by. Time flies by and like, oh man, where did the time go? It's so late, or it's time to go home or something. And existential time is regular time. It's regular time, and it seems like it's really, the clock's not even moving at all. That's just how that is. And if you think about that, the nearness of the second coming and the distance of it, there ain't really any tensions between them. It's just sometimes how humans view time. You view it in love. If you love somebody, something motivates you out of love. Seems like time just flies by like crazy. But the regular time, if it's just time, or even if you have a bad day, if you're doing something you don't want to do, don't like doing, or something, you look at the clock, 20 minutes after the last time, it's like, oh, it's only 2 minutes. That's usually what happens to me. So I experience both sides of that, just like almost all of you guys. And anyways, that's all I wanted to bring up. Just wanted to read that verse to you, Daniel chapter 12. Check that out. Read it for yourself, and the other the other chapters and verses in the other books. Check them out too. Read them, study them up, and that's all I really have to say. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Also, feel free to watch my other videos and give me a big thumbs up. Hit that notification bell and also subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And I really do thank you guys for watching my videos. And I hope the best for you guys, like always. And thank you again for joining me. Till we meet again, peace out and shalom.